Hello, how you doing, my ladies and gentlemen? How you doing, my kings and queens? What I would like to talk about is I'm your host, as always. I'm your host, King. What I would like to say is you show the kids you're tough first, because if you let them show you they're tough first, they're gonna control the class and they'll make it for a nightmare. I don't want them to give you a hard time this early in the school year since school's around the corner. Uh, Once again, you show them you're tough by laying down the laws. Because if you don't show them the rules, then they'll break the rules from September to June. And another thing too is don't be afraid of showing them you're grown. Because if you let them show you how grown they are, then they'll give you a hard time. And when it's time for you to show them you're grown, so you show them you're grown first, and then they can show you they're grown second. But you already established the foundation. Overall, show them you're grown first. Show them you're tough first. And I'm not saying be mean or evil or vicious. You can still be kind-hearted, assertive, and firm. You can do it all without being their friends, without them being a pushover, without them making you a pushover. You understand? This is serious. Another thing to keep in mind too is because when you friend zone, when you be their friends, it's just as bad, not worse than a lady friend zoning you. But if you happen to be friends with them, with the kids and they still respect you, then that'll work too. It's rare, but it could work too. Where they're comfortable talking to you about anything, but they still listen and respect you at the same time, you can. So if you want to be friendly, you can be friendly with the kids without being their friends. That's what it comes down to. But if it ends up where you naturally are their friends and they teach you at the same time, more power to you. Overall, as a last resort, I recommend that you be their friend second or as a last resort. If it works out, it works out. But they automatically try to be their friend where you want them to like you. It's August and September. You gotta make sure that they respect you. That's great that you had a rapport where the students are comfortable sharing things with you and like to talk to you, and they find you easy to talk to. But you got to make sure that they respect you as the adult. Therefore, you can be their friend as a last resort or secondary, but your job is to teach them and control the class. Because if you be their friend first, then they might make you work for control the class. In other words, you be their friend first, then they look at control the class as second or third. They look at friendship as primary and class control and follow the rules as secondary. That's still okay, but you want the main objective to be control the class, following the rules, learning, friendship, secondary. You understand? It's similar to when you go to the bank and you try to take out money uh, for friends or family member. See, you are the beneficiary. That's still okay, but they'll let you put in money, but not take money. They give you a hard time. The accountant, they said that you're not the primary, you're the beneficiary. So that's secondary. That's and similar to second best. You want the kids look at you as the first best. You understand? Because if you their friend, they'll think that they're equal to you or even superior to you, where they're first and you're second. So be careful with that. If you are able to be their friend where they respect you as a teacher, great. But overall, be friendly with them without being different. Don't try to put an emphasis or try too hard on being their friend. They're there to learn from you and obey you and respect you because you know what you're talking about. You've been doing this a lot longer before they was born. That's what it comes down to. So make sure that they respect you. And you could, it's okay if they correct you from time to time, but don't let them be overly technical by having the last word or trying to show off in public, thinking that they're smarter than you. They are very smart. They are brilliant, but so are you too. They are smart and clever, but you are intelligent. You're resourceful. And you are a genius too. Don't let their smart or cleverness overshadow your intelligence of what you know. Sure, you want to embrace their smarts, their common sense, their wit, their charm. You do want to nurture it and harness it and celebrate it, but they gotta respect your wisdom, your intelligence, genius, and resourcefulness as well. Another thing too is if the kids yell at you for the first time, even during the first day, don't shut down, don't get in their way, don't stutter, don't stumble, don't get upset, don't get frustrated, don't curse them out. Never that. What you do is you can say, "I know you're not raising your voice at me. I know you're not cursing at me." Say just like that, and you can speak hip with them and proper. I call it a hip hopper. You can't without cursing at them. So you can say, I'm a hopper or I'm a hip hopper. I can speak hip and proper at a drop of a dime. So don't mess with me. They'll be, especially if these are middle school kids, even if they're fifth graders, grades 5 to 9. If they talk tough, you talk tough back with them without cursing at them, without insulting them. You can. Because if you talk all soft and mellow, they're gonna eat you up, or they'll try to eat you up. Don't let them do that. I'm not gonna say they will. It's up to you. It's your discretion. It's your prerogative. It's your decision. So that's why I'm saying you gotta establish a foundation day one. You can do it. I know it seems as if it's a pressure, but you can handle the pressure. And another thing too is when you're lining them up, you gotta practice too. Use all this time to practice by saying, "All right, line up." If you just say line up, they're gonna line up and then go where they want to go. No, they gotta listen to your specific direction. You gotta be specific and instructed. For example, you can say, "Line up." Oh, land, stand up, line up, wait for me by the door. See how specific that is? Okay, now proceed. Stop for me by that wall. Very good. Then you could give positive reinforcement, positive affirmation by saying, great job listening, great job paying attention to details. Please proceed. Wait for me at the steps. Don't be afraid of doing this, even with the 7th or 8th graders. Another thing, too, is you can say, what did I say to do? Even when lining up to, because you are testing their comprehension skills too, their listening skills, because the kids are very smart, but a lot of them have short attention spans because they want to listen to what they want to listen to. So that's why you gotta say, "What did I say?" Don't say it too many times, but say it when lining them up at least 2 or 3 times. You can say line comprehension time. Use with the 7th, 8th graders, maybe once or twice, so they want to say that we're not babies. You can say then don't act like it, or you can say, well, this should be an easy 100 now, shouldn't it? See, so if they talk smart, you can talk smart back without stooping to their level. So always let them get the last word. But I know I always tell you, ladies and babies are the same way too. At the fight or go back and forth with them, but don't just always let them say what they want to say. You have a mind. You have right. You have a mind. You have a mouth. Use both. Got it? Don't mean to sound tough, but it is what it is. So you could survive, not only survive, but thrive. That's what it's all about. Driving well with the babies. And another thing too, I know the term might seem cool, but make sure you know what the term means too. Please don't call them knucklehead. I know it might sound as the same thing as tough headed or hard headed, but if you look up the term, uh, it could be naive, gullible, clueless, oblivious person. You understand? A person who's ignorant. So be careful referring to the kids as knucklehead because they're very smart. They'll pick up on that saying, who you calling a knucklehead? Knucklehead. Then they'll say it back to you. You understand? The kids are smarter than you think. They're smart. They're bright. They're intelligent. They're even genius. They're prodigies. Most of them are. Most of all of them are. You understand? So please don't call kids knuckleheads. Please don't call kids rugrats, even though it's after the famous cartoon shows. They said, we're not babies. See, they'll look it up. They have their cell phones. They have their laptops. They have the PCs, they have the tablets, they could look this up. So whenever you say this, he said, why you call us knuckleheads? We're smarter than knuckleheads. Call us brainiacs. So be careful saying knuckleheads. I know you probably didn't mean any harm in referring to them as knuckleheads. You know it was a cool term, but it's really not. It's kind of inoffensive. It's kind of offensive. Excuse me, offensive, right? It's kind of derogatory. Yeah, when it comes down to it, it's similar. Would you like if somebody called you a knucklehead? So that's why to make sure you look and know what the term means. And I know you try to have cool nicknames for the kids too, but please find another nickname. Ask God to bless you with giving the kids cool nicknames. If you want to, you just could call them Brainiac to keep it simple. Or you could call them Cyberheads. That's even better. Or you can say Cool Heads or Kool-Aid Heads or Juice Heads. But be careful with juice heads too. So you want to think that it's steroids. See, you could you could uh, speak your mind, but you also gotta be politically correct with it too. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in. So make sure that you dot your I's, cross your T's, and think before you speak, think before you do, think before you say. And please don't be afraid to lay down the law too by saying if you don't get it together quickly, you're gonna go to the ISS. You're gonna get uh, you're gonna get chat up, and you're gonna get a Saturday. And don't be afraid if they say they don't care. You say, "Don't you? I don't care me. I'm not scared of you. I don't care. I'm not scared if you're grown." You say, I don't care. It's gonna be waiting for you at ISS. I don't care. It's gonna be waiting for you at on the chat. I don't care. It's gonna be waiting for you during the Saturday. I don't care with your name on it. See, that's the language that they understand. See, cause they're gonna try. They gotta think that they're tougher than you. They gotta think that not all of them, but some. You know how some other kids are, especially if it's middle school or high school, or even some parts of elementary school. If you had that one or two tough kids that try to intimidate and scare the teachers, don't let them do that to you, especially on the first day or first month of the school. I don't want you to be miserable, dreading to go to the school because of that one or two tough kids or that one difficult class full of several of the difficult kids. But once again, you can speak hip while speaking educated. That's what I'm saying. You can speak hip while speaking sophisticated, while speaking in a diplomatic way, in a dignified way. You can do both because it shows that you can relate to them, that you're down to earth while being majestic and magnanimous. And even with the sixth, seventh, or eighth graders too, the eighth graders might rebel, but you can still try it too. Is if they was acting up in a line, being loud, being rambunctious, not listening to you very well, you could say, we're not going anywhere until you get it together. Even if they have to stand in line for 5 minutes, even longer than that, where you have to reset by saying, stop, we're not going anywhere. And even if those tough students try to show off and saying, uh, even if the tough students try to go in the classroom too, they'll let the other class go in. If the two difficult students want to go in the classroom too, you put them in the chat. You tell them the consequences. If they say they don't care, don't go back and forth with them. You gotta be professional too because they try to test you to see how far they could get and if they can push your buttons. What I'm saying is you can show tough love. Don't just um, single them out or just don't. How can I put this? Don't label them as the bad student. You can label them as the busy student. That's what I like to call them. Not the bad student, but the busy student, where they could be, you could get them leadership roles, but they got to work for it too. Don't just get them leadership roles if they haven't earned it. You say, I need you to be a leader by leading by example. You can be leader by getting back on the line and listen to me. I know this is annoying. I know this is frustrating. I got you. But how you think it's annoying for me when I can't follow simple directions? I get that you're mad and upset. I'm mad and upset too. I'm frustrated too because y'all can't follow basic instructions. We could get this out the way in seconds, but y'all turn this into uh, a project every time. So I gotta teach y'all. So it's up to you. That's how you deal with the rebellious students or the students who are tough to give you a hard time listening. But don't take it personal. Don't raise your voice and yell at the top of your lungs because they'll shut down more, or they'll close down more, and they'll listen to the who they want to listen to. They'll listen to another teacher instead of listening to you, which is okay. But if they do it all the time, then that might be a red flag. And another thing too is you could yell at the kids, but yell at the class. Don't yell at the individual kids because they'll shut down. They'll either run away or go to another teacher or principal and say, "This teacher yelled at me." So um, it's a tough one. You can raise your voice to get them to listen to you, but don't yell in their ears or yell in their face because when you yell in their ears, it's the same thing as you yelling in their face. Even though I know they could be difficult, they might not listen. They could be technical. But you say again, like, "I am in line. Sit down. I am sitting down." They always gotta have something to say. I know that could be the most frustrating thing in the world. I get it, but as last resort, please don't yell at them in the face. You can yell at the class because you're far away from them. You're over 6 feet distance from them. That's different. But if you yell at an individual student, they'll take it more personal. They're really sensitive. And I know you might be saying, "But what if they yell at me? I got to yell at them back." It makes sense, but still, don't shoot to their level. Don't do tit for tat. In other words, if their volume is a 7, you could be a 6. If their value is an 8, you could be a 7. So if they yell at you, don't just yell at them saying, "What do you want? Why are you doing this to me?" You, you understand? If they say, "What?" You say, "I know you're not using that tone with me, young lady. Nobody did nothing to you." That's how you do it. Not singling the ladies out. You say, "I know you're not using this tone to me, gentleman. Nobody did nothing to you. Get it together. Knock it off." See, that's an example. Case in point. For instance, a case in point, if a lady or a gentleman, young lady, young gentleman say, "What? What do you want? What did I do? Oh boy, oh my God." He said, "I know you're not used to that tone with me, young lady. Nobody did nothing to you. Get it together, knock it off right now. That's it." And if they still have something to say, you chat them up, you put their name on the board, you put their name on a sheet of paper, you show the principal, you show the disciplinarian who can deal with that student in a disciplinary fashion. If the student's curse at you, you can say, "I know you're not using that language with me, young lady," or "I know you're not using that language with me, my dude. Nobody did nothing to you. We use remix language in this piece. If you can't do that, then you gotta. This might not be the place for you." That's how you have to address the upperclassmen or the older kids. That's how they will respect you, and you can. Don't be afraid of doing this on the first day, because when you get it out the way in the first day, the later days will be easier. Therefore, the first day is what you make it. The first day could be your easy day, even though the kids might still be showing up, and you gotta keep in mind too that they're excited. They're still in summer vacation mode too, so it's gonna take a couple days, couple weeks, maybe even a month. Let them be excited, and if it's a busy class, you can say you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you talk, you gotta sit down. If you are right, if you talk, you gotta sit down. If you want to stand up, you gotta be quiet. Or if you are walking around, you gotta be quiet. You can't do both. You can't talk and make a lot of noise. It's not happening, Captain. Never that, Jack. You can say, "Let's play the game, either or." You can sit down and talk, or you can walk and talk quietly. You can't do both. If the kid's trying to be smart, I say, "You're not my father." You say, "You're right. I'm not your father, but I'm your school father. I'm your school stepfather. You will listen to me. You will respect me." Got it? Oh, and if you stumble or stutter and the kids try to mock you and try to embarrass you or ridicule you, you say that's fine. I'm gonna be the best stutterer ever. I'm gonna be the best stumble ever. You say I might stutter with words, but I don't stutter and pick up the phone. I don't stutter, ring you up for detention. I don't stutter, ring you up for a Saturday. So keep on playing with me. I know this is a lot. I know uh, teachers ask a lot for the kids because they have high expectations that they expect the kids to live according to. In other words, the kids are smart. They listen when they want to listen. And another thing too is when you teach them, don't make them work. Don't work harder than them. Let them work harder than you. Because here's the thing: when they're playing, they'll work harder than you. They will even act as if you exist unless they respect you or like you, and then they want to include you in things. That's different. But for the most part, kids they want to play with kids, and they know how to play video games more than you. They know how to play basketball more than you. They know how to play dodgeball more than you. They know how to play recess more than you. So you just don't let the kids work harder than you when they want to. You can say just as you work harder than me during free time, during recess, during gym, during tablet time, you're gonna work harder than me when it comes to doing your work. It is what it is. You showed them how it's done with good directions, with good instructions though. Your communication has and dialogue has to be on point. Or do the best. At least do the best you can. Once again, if they use curse words, you can say no curse words in this house, not in this house. You can say, show me the remix words. Show me the remix N word, not the old N word. Show me the new N word. Show me the Naruto. Show me the Nike. Show me the Nickelodeon. Show me the ninja. Or if they say the F word, show me the fudge word. Show me the freedom word. Show me the Facebook word. Show me the football word. Show me the flag football word. Show me the fan word. If you just say uh, no N word, do the remix N word, then it's okay. It's cool, but you gotta demonstrate. You gotta teach them. You gotta show them what you want them to do. They'll try it for a minute, but then they'll go in one end after the other. You got to demonstrate. You got to show them pictures of what you want them to say, and then they'll start remembering this too. And don't be afraid of using this with the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders too. They need this too more than you know. You can replace the N word with cooler words. Show me a cooler word with a picture. Show me a cooler word with a dance. I know you think the F words or the N words or B words is cool and hip, but show me a cooler word. You got to demonstrate it with a picture, a dance, or something. You can do this during life skills. You can do this during the gym. And it doesn't have to be long. It can be 5 minutes. You have the pictures already ready for them to show you what, because they need that visualization. They need that demonstration. If they say you troll, you say, show me a better T word. Show me thumbs up word. Or they say the B word, you say, show me the beach word. Show me a picture of the beach. How does the beach look? They say the A word, show me the Android. If you can't do it, or if you don't want to do it, I'll show you. Here's my Android. If they say the B word, you say, show me a balloon. Show me the boom word. Boom. See, that's how you can make learning and teaching and even discipline fun and educational at the same time. But you got to keep implementing it and be consistent with this teaching style, this teaching strategy. Keep on doing it until they have a click into their brains. And then there will remind you. At first, they may think it's cheesy, but then they'll learn to grow and respect you for you doing what you're doing. And another thing too is be unique, be innovative, be uh, clever, be creative, because that's what's going to help you to survive too. And that's where you have just as much fun as the kids too. So be as creative as you can. Now, the only time you might have to yell at the kids, is if they're fighting, because you don't want to put the other class in harm or danger. So sometimes you might have to yell at the kids. You might have to use a 7 value voice or 8 value voice, but say, no fighting, stop it. That's enough. You go this way, you go that way. take 5 minutes, but you're not gonna fight in this classroom. I know you're upset. I know you're frustrated. I know the person said something that got underneath your skin, but don't take matters into your own hands. You come to me, and I will solve and address the problems. So tell me what happened, and if you can't deal with it, then you ask the counselor or social worker who could address the fighting situation. So that's the only time where you might have to yell at the kids to tell them that it's not gonna be fighting won't be tolerated, because if you let them get away with fighting, they think they can fight whenever they want to. They'll fight anywhere and everywhere, during field trips, during pep rallies, during graduation, during assemblies, during fire drills. So you gotta put your foot down and saying, "I'm not having that. I'd rather you yell, but no fighting, no cursing will be tolerated." Oh, and if the ladies and gentlemen talk, you can say you can talk tough, but you're not gonna talk mean. You can say that, or you can say you can talk you can talk tough, but not mean. You're a queen. Queens don't talk mean. You can say you could be a tough queen, but not a mean queen. And I know the kids might try to show off and say, "What's the difference?" They're the same thing. No, because even people who talk tough are kind. Now you have tough and kind and tough and mean. Which one are you gonna be? Or you could, if kind is too cheesy for them, you could say you could be tough or cool or tough or mean. Which type of tough are you gonna be? You could be tough queen or uh, mean queen. It's up to you. Or you could be a tough king or a mean king. Which king are you gonna be? The choice is yours. Oh, another thing too is if it's a music class or dance class, you could do music where you gotta say, especially if the kids like to curse, you can say you can tell them they have to say an educational word. What's the educational word you could say in order for you to listen to your song? Pick it out the hat. Pick out the cool word out the hat, and it can try to make try to have cool words with it. Let it be out of Yankee hat. Let it be out of the New York Giants hat. Let it be out of a hat that's stylistic or futuristic. Let it be out of a Pokemon hat. Or let it be out of a Nike hat. But you tell them that you have to do the word for music game. You say one word for me, you can listen to music. And if they say, "I'm not doing that," then you're not listening to music. And say, "I don't care," then you don't care then. And what you could do too is demonstrate to what you want them to do too. You say, "I'll try." My favorite music is Marvin Gaye. So I'll say an M word for Marvin Gaye. You can say magnanimous for Marvin Gaye. Then you play your Marvin Gaye song, but let it be age appropriate. Because Marvin Gaye is a genius, but you gotta make sure that it's appropriate for the kids. And you can let them. You listen to your music for 1 minute, then let the kids listen to their music for 1 minute, so everybody could get a chance to listen and make it fair as well. If the kids want to go twice, they have to go through the list. Oh, and if the kids use the M word, um, by saying you mummy or you monkey, you can say nope, mega million or millionaire. You're gonna use mega million or millionaire words or magnanimous words or major league word or major baseball or matrix. And some icebreakers you could play too is if you don't have anything else to give the kids any extra work, you could play the quack game. You could play the um, rock paper scissors, rock paper dragon, where if the kids beat you in rock paper scissors shoot, whoever loses had to be the tail, and those the other kids that lose had to be the tail, and the one who's winning, they will always be the dragon. And what the kids have to do is chant the winning kid who is leading in rock paper scissors shoot name. You can say Chad, 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 Chad. Now, if the kids are really competitive or aggressive by nature, let it be just for fun, or let it be a practice round. You could just let it be a practice round the whole game. Even with the quack game, where you say a person's name, the person's name is called the student ducks, and then the student the student between that person who duck has to say quack. Oh no, the student on each side of the person who ducks has to say quack. Whoever doesn't quack is out. But if the students doesn't take losing um, well, once again, let it be a non-elimination round. Once again, you could do money monopoly or money jeopardy, where you give the kids $1 million, fake money. If they get a fact right, they get money. But if they listen to you, let them all get money, because you have, once again, those kids are really aggressive or really competitive by nature. In other words, you don't want that one kid to have $20 while the other kids just have $1, and the other kids didn't even get money. So let everybody get a chance to participate. Let everybody get a chance to get paid with the fake money, not real money. So for example, you can say Simon says, "Sit down." They all get $1 million. Simon says, "Eyes on me." They all get $1 million. But don't do it where it gets repetitive, get teased, because then it gets, they may impatiently says, "This is boring. I want to play another game." So say it once or twice, then you start your Jeopardy round. Now with the Jeopardy questions, have at least 100 questions. I have 100 fun questions. They could be mixed up with historical questions or geography questions, but I have at least 100 of them, because the kids that go through those questions quick. Remember, they're very smart, smarter than ever. They're getting smarter each and every day. But you are smart too. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. You hear me? If they do, you bring them to me, and we'll talk. And if you do the money, you can use the money for participation purposes, especially even for the 7th, 8th graders. If they seem as if they don't want to do nothing, you could say, if you participate, you get paid fake money, and that fake money will lead to something. Maybe you could pick your favorite music. Maybe you could do free time on a tablet for 5 or 10 minutes. And another thing too is, when you get the kids free time, don't let it be too long, especially if you have those 45 minutes or 50-minute blocks. You can get a free time at the end, getting 15 minutes of free time at the end. If you get a free time at the beginning, then it'll be tough for you to get their attention, to get them to work for you to do what you want them to do. So always get them free time. You give them free time every day, for that matter, but get them free time at the end of them doing what you want them to do. After they do the work, they get 10 minutes of free time or 15 minutes of free time. In other words, get a free time no longer than 15 minutes. If you want to do 20 minutes, okay, but no longer than 15 to 20 minutes, because that's pushing it. Because here's the thing, they'll wanna work more than they play. No, they want to play more than they work. Remember, the goal is for them to work more than they play. So they work for 25, 30 minutes, then they get free time for 15, maybe 20 minutes. If the class cooperates. If the class doesn't cooperate, but they did try, you can get them 10 to 15 minutes of free time. See? So you can be fair as the teacher. I think I said everything I need to say. I know I'm probably missing a point or two, but it's been a fairly long video as usual. What can I say? I'm long winded and I'm proud of it. But thanks for listening. Please have a blessed day. See you later. Stay blessed. God bless. I will talk to you later, my kings and queens. Talk to you later. I think I said everything I need to say. Uh, I might have forgotten 1 or 2 points. This video has been long enough. It's been a needed and mandatory and necessary video to get you in the mood to succeed with these cyber heads. See? But seriously, though, thanks for listening. Please have a blessed day. God bless. I will talk to you later, my kings and queens. God bless. You too blessed to be stressed. You're blessed, high favor, and deeply love. And God up above. Talk to you later. God bless.